This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome in here. It is 8 o'clock in America's Music City, and it is CMA Music Festival Week 2024. And we were just chatting off the air just before we were joining you on television, WSM Radio on TV now at circlecountry.com. You can link to all our streaming platforms or just watch there. There's no late night jam from Marty Stewart this year, so we don't miss that.
Yeah.
But I featured Marty in a segment we called the Cody Classic Country Song of the Day just a few minutes ago, doing some old Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys music with Asleep at the Wheel. So it was just kind of to fill that void that comes with no Wednesday night late night jam at the
Needed
Ryman
that.
Auditorium.
Needed that.
And but we're going to fill the void tonight with Kelly Sutton. Not one show, but two shows with you at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, if we're doing a 7 and then probably a 9:30 is when we get started. So I won't be in tomorrow, but I'll be here in spirit because I'll be sleeping.
Oh, really?
Well,
Perhaps we'll just have to make an early morning phone call to see how was the show?
I did laugh. I was like, man, I know it's going to go long because you got Russell Dickerson and Carrie Underwood and Lauren Elena.
Yeah.
Kit Moore is going to be there. So plan for a long night if you're coming to the Opry. It's going to be an amazing show. We're super excited about that.
Yeah, Bill Anderson, Henry Cho, Daly and Vincent. I think we got everybody.
Yep. Going to be a
Yes,
fun night.
everybody- yeah.
And by the way, since Marty is not at the Ryman on Wednesday, Randy Travis will be at the Ryman
That's right.
on Wednesday with James Dupre.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's,
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So to let everybody know what's happening right here in town, we've got CMA Music Fest. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on there, all the festivities, plus a little thing we like to call CMA Bingo. We'll give you details on that. Very tongue-in-cheek. Also, if you want to get a hold of Dolly, we know you have to fax her. Well, that goes for everybody. The person that she's close to that still says the only way I know to get in touch with her is by fax. You might be surprised.
Do they even still make fax machines?
That's a great question.
I know you can do the equivalent on your scanner, on your
That's
printer.
the only way that I can do it is on my printer. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
I don't
scan
know.
that to your email, and
It's kind of great, isn't it?
I'm going to look it up.
It's kind of great.
$219 at Staples.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you also have to have a phone line.
You got
but
a coupon?
that's the thing.
You got a coupon, Charlie?
What?
Got a coupon?
Oh, that's right.
Never pay full price at Staples. But you have to have a phone line.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
the
whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
the
have a
problem.
dedicated phone line for it, then you
That's
don't
right.
have a fax machine. Also, Megan Moroney shooting her shot with a Hollywood actor. I'll tell you who coming up.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
I don't know how many times in the last 3 or 4 days that Asbury Park, New Jersey has come up in conversation in the studio. Outside of Bruce Springsteen, Charlie. Brian Faldudo was in the other day, and on his itinerary of upcoming shows was Asbury Park.
Yep.
Oh.
And hailing from Asbury Park.
Oh, we'll have to find him when he shows up.
In the studio this morning, William Zahner, Gordon Brown, Reagan Richards. It's always great to have you. And
Our
it
pleasure.
We've been looking forward to this.
must be CMA Fest, huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure
yes.
is.
Yes, it really is. Well, and we don't need CMA Fest to come see you. But just so that you know, I will sleep in here, and you will have to kick me out because it's always a great time to come see you guys.
We actually had a little leak. You probably wouldn't want to sleep in here because we had a little bit of a rain
Listen,
If you have
situation.
any allergy issues,
Don't underestimate.
There are a lot of rooms in this beautiful hotel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we could definitely find for you.
Kelly, I will take the lead there. I will take it.
Take the leak.
so paint a picture for me, okay?
Yeah.
I've seen concerts in a lot of famous places. I got to see U2 at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I've been to Radio City. Never been to the Stone Pony.
Oh,
and it's a
man.
place I would love to go. And I know
Well,
you guys have played there a bunch.
We
What-
were just there.
Yeah, okay, so
that's like our Opry.
give me the visual.
If you live in New Jersey and you're
Yeah.
from Asbury Park and you come from the great music community, that's our Opry.
Yeah.
You know, and we were just there with a guy by the name of John Eddy, who is legendary. He's built his career out of Asbury Park for many years, and
And lives
someone
here
that
in
we
town,
look,
lives in
he's-
Nashville.
He kind of followed our lead a bit, and came to Nashville and's had a ton of cuts with Kid Rock, and I mean a ton of great Brantley Gilbert, and it's a long list.
So walk me through Stone.
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's
Is it-
amazing. So it's our living room. It's where we grew up. And, you know, like a lot of the bars here gave us a sense of community. And when we started coming to Nashville about 20 plus years ago, we felt very at home here because it was like where we grew up, except it had the music that we loved here, country
And the beach
music.
is right across the street from the Pony.
That's something Nashville does
Right
not
across
have.
the
Well, hey. We have the Cumberland River.
Yes.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
That's true. It is.
For those who like their water brown.
If they like mosquitoes,
It's a little different situation.
yeah.
So
But
you can
still
smell
fun.
the saltwater air and play some music.
Is it a small room? How big is it?
It holds 900.
So
okay,
there's an
okay.
inside and an outside at the Stone Pony. There's an inside room, which is what has been there from the beginning since 1974. It's about 900 people. But now they have Summer Stage, which we've played with Old Dominion outside for 5,000 people right on the beach.
Oh, cool.
It's
That's really
amazing.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
a mecca. It's our mecca, you know, and
Sure.
so it's where we learn the ropes so we could come to places like Nashville and do what we do, you know.
Somebody was talking about the creativity of Bruce Springsteen to
Yeah.
make Asbury Park, New Jersey, this romantic destination. Who was that, Charlie?
B.J. Barham from American Aquarium.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's how great
yeah.
you know
I love
Springsteen
those guys.
is, that he could
Oh,
make
love
this place
them.
sound that
It's
legend.
the truth. Well, you know, it's like who's the guy Walden Woods?
Thoreau.
Henry.
Thoreau.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bruce is that to
Yes.
Asbury Park.
Yeah.
And then the rest of us all, you know, we got to eat that cereal as we were growing up.
Cereal.
Yeah, you don't like cereal?
That's great.
So, Williams Honor, they are playing in Nashville, CMA Fest. I mentioned that at the top on Thursday, 615 Live, Hard Rock Cafe, 1:30 upstairs.
Yeah.
1:30
Right.
this Thursday upstairs.
And
at
it's a
the
free
Hard-
show.
Hard Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the greatest place. I remember when I was still working in one of the TV stations, we used to do all of our shows live from there because it overlooks everything that's
Yes.
CMA Fest.
Yes. It is a great place
It's a
to
good
be.
spot. It's a good anchor when you come for the festival.
What was
That's a
the
good starting
first
point.
year that you guys actually came to CMA Fest? Did you come as fans or did you just come
15
when you
or
first
16 or
played?
something, right?
As Williams Honor, we came in, I think it was like 15.
Yeah, during our first single.
Okay.
I'm looking to Nicole, our publicist.
So, and give us, for
Tony
people who are
Music.
just joining us and
Yeah.
maybe discovering you for the first time
Yes.
or know a little about you but don't know the backstory on your name,
Yeah.
how did you arrive at Williams Honor?
You know, it's funny. We talk about this all the time. We never get tired of talking about it. Is that we went with my dad's name, which was William, but it really was for both of our dads. Both of our dads were in the military. They both have passed on, and Gordon's dad's name was Bernard, so Bernard's honor didn't really work. Didn't really have a flow to it. But really, it's in honor of both of our dads, and we just knew that. And we've talked about this. You know how like so many bands will say, "Oh, we had this was in the running," and maybe 5 different names. We can't think of another name that we were throwing around. Like it was almost always Williams Honor.
It was
and
meant
we
to
said,
be.
Yeah, and we said that it's one of those things that when you see it up on a banner every time you play, it's something that we're always so proud of. You know,
And she really pulled me back into the band business. I was like becoming a hired gun and just making records for people and stuff. And her and I met actually in Nashville through the years, but never really connected. And then when we started to do this band, we just wanted to have something that we would stand in front of every night and be very proud if we were going to give this another shot and have a second chance at success and doing the band stuff. And so, you know, we have our fan base, we call them the Williams Honor Army. And it's about
Hello
second
to the Army,
chances
by the
and,
way.
you know, like finding the things in your life that you were passionate about and never letting go of them, no matter what it is. That's what Williams Honor is about.
Did you do anything in particular that was special related to Memorial Day with that name? And
Well,
We always do things for veterans, and we always just, you know, we've been writing a lot of new songs, and we've got a couple of special songs that we've been recording. So this past Memorial Day, we did that, but then we had the big show at the Stone Pony last week, so that was a great way
On
to
Sunday. Yeah.
great way to celebrate.
I saw how you wrapped up 2023.
Yeah.
Norway, Sweden,
Yeah.
Denmark, Germany, Italy, England, Wales, Ireland.
yeah.
Yes.
And then home for Christmas.
Yeah. We were very lucky. So
And what took you to Europe in those stops?
We have been part of and Gordon's been part of it since day one, something called the Light of Day Foundation. And this coming January will be its 25th year. And its mission is to find a cure for Parkinson's and related illnesses, to help with research. And it's just I got involved with it. I guess it was about 10 years ago. But like I said, Gordon's been involved since day one.
it was actually our first Williams Honor show, and there we are on stage with Springsteen, singing Bruce songs, at the front of the stage, and we're like, oh, here we are. Okay, this is a good way to kick things off.
That was actually our first Williams on. I mean, we did a couple of, we did 2 little private shows to sort of kind of introduce people to us, but it was a very, very intimate show. But our first show as Williams Honor for a lot of people was this particular show, Light of Day, where Bruce Springsteen's there, and I'm like, is this real life? Is this how
you want to start a career?
Is this how this is going? Because I like this.
And speaking of support from the neighborhood and Light of Day, we ended our first record cycle at Madison Square Garden, getting the tap from Bon Jovi. So that was our first record cycle as we were getting things going. We come from a great neighborhood. We're so proud of where we come from, And again, I always say this to everybody. It's so similar to here, which is how we were able to integrate, because we're one of the only guys that ever do country music coming from Asbury Park.
Yeah. Williams Honor in studio on Coffee, Country, and Cody. And Thursday, CMA Fest, 615 live at the Hard Rock, 1:30 upstairs. Set up Goodbye Tulsa. We'll roll it here all over the world.
Tulsa is, first of all, it's one of those songs. On both of our albums, we have a song that almost caused an entire breakup of the two of us as writing partners. And on our first record, it was a song called Mama Please. On this record, it was Goodbye Tulsa, because the two of us just could not agree on how we wanted to write this song.
Sometimes you feel you got an idea so strong, you will do anything to make sure it's your idea that gets it. And as long as I win all the time, I don't care what happens.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Kelly and I are only children. We know exactly what this is. Our life you just described.
Exactly.
Compromise? What's that?
Right. So usually a song doesn't take us very long to write, but this one took about 2 years
close
because we
to
just
2
kept
years.
going back to it. And we had there's been 3 Goodbye Tulsas because the lyrics kept changing.
We love to
plus,
rewrite.
Plus Tulsa Time and Take Me Back to Tulsa
Right.
had already been written.
We thought about all of those things too.
Right.
We did.
So Tulsa is basically about just starting over, and we always say everybody has a Tulsa. So whether it's saying goodbye to a job or to an old friend or just to the old you, everybody's got one. So
Taking that second chance.
Yep.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Hey, Gordon Brown, Reagan Richards in studio, Williams Honor. They are playing CMA Music Festival Thursday of this week, 615 live at the Hard Rock, 1:30 on the second floor. Kelly Sutton.
And that's a full day of music, too, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Glad you pointed
So
that
go
out.
the whole day
Yes.
and hang
It's
out.
gonna
So
be
have
A lot of great
have a
acts.
beverage or two.
It's it is really the best place because you're there, you can go out, you can look, and then you can go back in and
Go
get a
back
drink.
in, we could just do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of great acts, but there's only one from New Jersey playing, if I may say so myself. You know what I
So
mean?
Bruce is not showing up.
You never know.
You don't know
never
what's
know.
going to happen.
Bon
There's
Jovi's
some things
opening a
happen.
place.
Yes,
it
he
could
is.
happen.
Yes,
Do you
he
guys
is.
like
You don't
have
know
a
what's gonna
stack of those Art Deco Asbury Park postcards that you carry with you?
Greetings from Asbury
Springsteen,
Park.
Yeah, greetings.
Well, I mean,
That's right.
It's
that's
written
right.
on our foreheads when people say it. It's kind of like tattooed on us.
Reagan, you were a child star. I read, I didn't know about Steve Allen. Tell us about Steve
yeah.
Allen, who was the first Tonight Show host.
Yeah. So my mom was a big band singer, and she was from Pittsburgh, and she ended up singing with Les Paul when he would come to town after he was not with Mary anymore. And so she was the one who really got me into that old music. So there was a station in New York, WNEW AM, and I mean, it was on constantly. And so Steve Allen had a show on there. So he was doing a live show down at one of the places, and he said, would anybody like to sing? And I was like 10 years old, and I said, I do. And he said he had no idea what he was signing up for. And he's like, okay. And I got on and I sang, I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie. I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie. And he says, how do you know a song like that, a little girl like that? And I said, well, my mom. And then I said, we listened to your station. I mean, there was William B. Williams, Jonathan Schwartz. I mean, all those radio guys on that station. And so I sang with Steve Allen. And it was just, when I think back of things like that. I'm like, when you're 10, you don't understand. Like Tonight Show, that's a big deal. Who he was at the time. So
such an impact.
Now, now as an adult, I'm like, I really did do some cool things.
Yeah,
And
really cool things.
Your run with Les Paul was an extended, like years you worked together, right?
Yeah, from so my mom connected back with him in 2005, and she says, I've got to go see him again. She takes me with her. And
What was his residency in New York? He played.
Well, he had many. He had one at Fat Tuesdays and a couple other places, but the Iridium was where he
That's
ended
it.
it.
Thank you. Yeah,
the Iridium, and so she goes and we talked to him before the show, and she says, my daughter sings, and he says, all right, 10 o'clock show tonight, and so and at that point he didn't know what he was getting into either, but he's like, I trust,
Just like the rest of us.
I trust Harriet.
a recurring theme with her, right? Yeah.
Hey, once we're in the door, we don't leave, do we, sister? That's right.
But he trusted my mama Harriet, and I got up and I sang with him, and Crazy was one of the songs that I sang. And after I sang, he loved it so much, he's like, you got another one? Sing another one. So we did. And then after I was finished, he said, you are now part of the Les Paul family. So I sang with Les until from 2005 until he died. But that kind of run of where I performed with him, we did a big show at Roseland Ballroom, which is now gone. We did a big show out in Los Angeles at the Gibson Amphitheater. So it was really he was a character. Les was a character, but
What wonderful memories you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Lifetime memories. Would you guys play and sing for us live this morning?
Oh, I sure can. Let's do a new one. We've been writing music, and you talked about Europe, which I know we sort of, as we can always do, we go off on a tangent. But Europe was really wonderful because we got a chance to bring what we do, country music, and really just, bring it to all those people in all the different countries. And what was so wonderful is to see them singing along to our songs, and it's just so heartfelt. But I do have to tell this little setup for this song because it's really, it just means so much. My mom passed away, Harriet, the big band singer, wonderful human being. She died last May, and she was an Irish Catholic, and we would listen to Bing Crosby every Christmas. Every Christmas, I felt like he lived with us, and she had always wanted to go to Ireland, and so she never got there, and we get this opportunity to go overseas, and we go to one of the places we go is Ireland. So I knew since we were going around Christmas time that it was going to be, I thought, I know I'm going to hear Bing Crosby, and White Christmas was her absolute favorite. And I thought, okay, it's going to be tough here in White Christmas for the first time. Now, we had heard Christmas music throughout the whole time we were there in different places, in Denmark, all the different places. But I hadn't heard Bing at that point. And all of a sudden, our last stop on the tour was Dublin. We had just finished sound check. So there wasn't any distraction. And it was almost as if it was just sort of just boxed right in there. All of a sudden you hear, and I just thought, this is my mom is saying, one, I'm so happy you're in Dublin. I don't want you to cry when you hear White Christmas. I want you to think of me and be happy. And so I just thought, I just really thought, those are what people call the signs. That's what I believe.
So please tell me you're going to do How Are Things in Glockamore?
Absolutely.
Huh?
That is I knew we had a connection, and you knew exactly.
I
that.
love
We are
Bing's
absolutely
version of
gonna
that,
do
by the way.
Yes.
There are many, many versions out there with that one holds
So we've got a little song called Signs.
That's Williams Honor live on Coffee, Country, and Cody this morning. Thursday, CMA Fest, 615 live at the Hard Rock, second floor, 1:30. It's a day-long music celebration, but they will be there at 1:30. Before we wrap up this morning, tell me about walking on to Roberts the other night.
Oh, gosh. Roberts is just one of those places. You step in and you just immediately, you're taken back to the days that are just so amazing in country music, bluegrass, and a very, very dear friend, Mr. John England and the Western Swingers. Now, John and I go back to 2000 when I was living here in Nashville.
You were in a band together back in those days?
Yes, we played Wednesday nights at Sportsman's Grill in the Village.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember
Long gone now,
Grill, yeah.
sadly.
Oh,
but,
yes, sadly. I love that place.
Yes, it was great. great. It was great. A nice little dive. But we played there in a sort of like a country-ish but jazz thing. I mean, just all a lot of the old music that we would do, and he and I just really hit it off, and he was just so great. And fast forward, he's had his show down at the Western Swinger Show for 23 years, I think it is now. Yeah. And so every time I'm in town, I mean, he's get on up here. So, we were there last night.
What'd you do?
I did Miss Connie Smith, Ain't Had No Lovin', and we did Faded Love. And it was packed. It was so packed. But John England, I'll tell you something. What a great guy. I said, when you step in there and you listen to John and those guys, I immediately feel like I'm back in 1965, and it's just the most amazing feeling.
She has just released her 56th album, I think.
Connie?
Yeah.
It's like,
what's the name of it, Joe?
It's like a love, prison, heartache. It's 4 things. And
I got to look it up because it's too good to pass on.
I'm close.
Yeah, you're close because what stuck out to me was it was their 56th album, and imagine that. Because Marty asked her the night of Opry Country Classics in my 30th anniversary celebration, he brought her out to sing.
Yes, congratulations on 30.
She did The Fugitive, and Marty asked her before she sang Merle Haggard.
Oh, I love that.
Love, Prism, Wisdom, and Heartache.
There it is.
Thank you, Kelly.
Of course I left out Wisdom.
I sang that at Tootsie's one night years ago when I was 18 years old.
But to see Marty Stewart sitting on stage at the Opry with his wife, Connie Smith, and going, honey, have you ever been in prison?
That's right.
She's been married to him for a long time.
There's still time.
What an absolute sweetheart Connie is.
Guys, have a great run in Nashville. Always thank you.
Thank you. Always honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you coming to see us on Coffee, Country, and Cody. Williams Honor. People. Hey, tonight it's 7 and 9:30 that we're doing Grand Ole Opry shows, and we got a lot of Grand Ole Opry shows this week. So if you have not made plans, I got people coming in from out of town and go, hey, we'd love to go to the Opry. Maybe there's ticket availability. Go to Opry.com. But for you tonight, Kelly, 7 to 9:30. Are we sold out most shows?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I know the first show. I'm almost
sure.
positive the first show is sold out.
Well, it's Daly and Vincent, Kip Moore, Bill Anderson, Lauren Elena, Russell Dickerson, Henry Cho, Carrie Underwood.
Yes.
And then she's off to Myrtle Beach this weekend, the 9th. What day is the 9th? Is that Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
I don't know what else she's doing during the course of CMA Music Festival as
Gardening.
Far as gigs go. It's tonight at the Opry, 2 shows, and then off to Myrtle Beach this weekend.
Man, she's been busy because she just wrapped up everything in Las Vegas. I think she did her 50th show in Las Vegas, which, I talked to her about that before, and she said it actually is kind of great because she has a suite there. So the kids and Mike could be up in the suite. She goes down, she does the show. She said, I can go upstairs, take a shower, and I'm in my own bed in 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of great.
Yeah,
so.
that kind of touring prolongs one's career.
Yeah.
Let's see here. She's when is she back? She's gone to Honolulu.
Oh, good for
in
her.
July.
Oh, good for you. That's a nice gig.
Well, maybe
And
we
then
need to go
she's
back.
looks like she's back in Vegas.
Okay. Yeah, she's got a few
in
more.
August.
Got a few more.
Mid-August.
Well, this is really fun. Speaking of some of our absolute favorites.
Hey, Charlie, excuse me. On the 4th of August, the concert for the Legends featuring Carrie Underwood at Tom Benson Hall at the Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, at Hall of Fame Village.
Oh, she's playing football.
That must be induction weekend, you think?
Oh, that's
maybe.
cool.
Yeah, that would make sense. When is it?
It's August 4th.
Oh, yeah, because it always coincides with the Hall of Fame game, and that would be the first
Okay.
preseason game
All
of the
right.
year.
Well,
Do you know how they do that?
That's cool.
Do you know how they let them know if they've made it? You know this about the knock, right?
No.
Okay, so if you are a nominee to be inducted, they don't tell you if you're actually going in the hall or not. You show up and you are there and you are in your hotel room, and the morning of, they come around and they knock on your door. And if you are there and you get the knock, that means you're going in. And if you don't get the knock, thanks for trying. You're not going in. Is that not the most crazy? Because Landon Hutchinson, who's one of our friends, her husband went through that process multiple times, and she videoed it of them sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and he did not get the knock, and they would all hug each other, and he would be kind of upset, and then they'd go to the ceremony and congratulate everybody else, and then the year he got the knock, they all started crying. But is that not crazy how
But
they figure out who's going into the Hall
It's
of Fame?
interesting that that's the way it is in training camp. you get the knock when you've been cut.
Oh.
They call it the Turk walks the halls.
Really?
And bring your playbook.
Oh,
That's
no.
it. Coach wants to see you in his office, bring your playbook. And
This one, they
send you
knock
home.
and everybody starts crying, and then they open the door and they say, "Congratulations, you're going into the Hall of Fame."
Wow.
But yeah, I would be mad if I was there waiting for hours and didn't get a knock at the door. I think I would probably
You
run up
knock
there.
at the door opens, and Carrie Underwood bursts into song.
Here we are. Listen, if you want to talk to Dolly Parton, you better go back to 1985 and get yourself a fax machine, because that's the only way you can get in touch with her, including her goddaughter, Miley Cyrus. Miley says the only way I can get in touch with Dolly is to go to my lawyer's office, because that's the only person I know that still has a fax machine. She said, but she will send me the sweetest faxes. Like last Christmas, she gave me a home mannequin, had her proportions, wearing her outfit. So she gets all kinds of great prizes and wonderful things from Aunt Dolly. But she wrote to her to say, "How much do I love you? As much as my heart can hold and as far as my arms can reach." That's what she got as a fax to her attorney's office that she had to go pick up. He said, "Hey, Dolly sent you something. Come on over here and get it."
On sale at Walmart, normally $80, $58.99. The Canon Wireless Inkjet all-in-one printer, print, copy, scan, fax, mobile printing with LCD.
Maybe I need it. I do want to get in touch with Dolly.
I would buy one if Dolly was going to fax
too.
me.
Me too.
$60. Walmart near you on WSM's and Circle Country's Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Coffee, Country, and Cody on WSM.
We awoke to the news 23 years ago this morning that John Hartford had passed away. I miss John Hartford. Probably the first big star I saw when I got to town at the Books A Million that night. I was there and I thought, look, I really am in Nashville because there's John Hartford in the bookstore.
Did you talk to him?
No. I'd heard you weren't supposed to. Like in Nashville.
Don't approach.
Do as Nashvilleians do. Don't approach the stars.
Don't feed the animals.
It's kind of like Barney. Approach the mind slowly, slowly.
You know, for as much as I know about his songs, and I don't think I know what he looks like. I don't think I would recognize him back in the day. Yeah.
And Sam Bush has got a song, Catfish John, that's out. That is the story of John Hartford and his influence on his life. It's just extraordinary. And when you dig into it a little bit, after you hear the song, do a Google search, and it's like, oh, okay, all right. And it's just extraordinary life. But Freddie Fender's birth anniversary in 1937. Bill Mack, a fellow Radio Hall of Famer, Country Radio Hall of Famer, is 1929. And one of the best bad guys ever to step in front of a camera, Bruce Dern. Now, he has had other roles in recent years where he wasn't a bad guy, but he's the best bad guy, Western bad guy ever. He is 88 years old. Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas, 80 years old today.
Bruce is Laura Dern's dad,
I was just looking that up. Was it? Okay.
Yeah. When you see this face, you'll go,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. I remember him. He was always the bad guy. Angelina Jolie is 49 years old today. And Kelly Sutton will be married to the same man 25 years in a row tomorrow.
How about that? Isn't that crazy?
And you got married in Indianapolis?
No, we got married in Owensboro, Kentucky.
You got engaged in Indianapolis?
Indianapolis, yes.
Okay.
We got engaged in Indianapolis. We got married in Owensboro. I was a child bride. What can I say?
Did y'all go to Dairy Queen, get a free Dilla bar as a part of your wedding reception?
No.
We
were now our what is the one before the wedding? What do you call it? Your
rehearsal dinner.
Rehearsal dinner. Yeah. Thank you. Why couldn't I think of that? He said reception. That was in my head. Our rehearsal dinner was at Moonlight Barbecue, which you can't do much better than that. Everybody loved me for having it at Moonlight. That was really nice.
We had ours at Monell's.
Oh, that's
Everyone
nice too.
really did love me.
Yeah, but you didn't have mutton though. See,
we had mutton and burgoo. You didn't have either one of those. That's okay. That's all right.
No.
It's an Owensboro thing. It's a Western Kentucky thing.
Derby pie.
Is the burgoo's a sausage, right?
No, it's like a stew.
Stew, yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the sausage I'm thinking of, like New Orleans, kind of?
Boudin.
Boudin, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
No, it didn't have any of that.
What is mutton? Mutton is what?
Sheep.
Baby
Oh.
sheep.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Now I feel bad.
Okay, one of my favorite quotes. terrible.
Feel bad, tastes good going down.
Oh, I was going to say The Princess Bride. He goes, I like it when the mutton's nice and lean. All the Princess Bride comments always come out. All right, coming up, Megan Moroney shoots her shot with a big star from Hollywood, which I absolutely love and am here for. So I've got that coming up in just a few minutes. Are we doing it now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what we're doing
This is
anymore.
entertainment, yes.
This is, I've lost track of all space and time continuum. Welcome to CMA Music Fest.
That's good. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You've lost your way.
Yes. Dan Rogers is very concerned right now of you at the podium for 5 hours tonight. Oh, this is the one driving my ship tonight. Okay.
Didn't even take her 48 hours this year.
Oh, I'm good. I promise. Okay. So Megan Moroney has a new song on the Twisters soundtrack, right? We've been talking about it. And the whole thing is just chock full of all of our favorite country music stars. So the star of the movie is Glenn Powell. Why do you know that name, Glenn Powell? He was in the follow-up to, why can't I think of it? Now I've lost track of it. Top Gun 2.
Oh, yeah.
So he was in Top Gun 2, and then he was also in a more recent one that I just watched on a plane. It was called Anybody But You. So super good-looking guy, really ripped. You know the ones that are like, oh, let me fix that for you, and then they take their shirt off. Anyway, so Glenn is one of the stars in this. Megan Moroney put out a little tweet that just was like, hey, Glenn Powell, call me. What? I love the fact that she's shooting her shot. And everyone in the comments is all for this. They're like, yeah, that would be a great relationship. Get a little Megan Moroney, a little Glenn Powell going on right there. Now, this worked for Kelsey Ballerini. She slid into Chase Stokes' DMs. That's how they got together. They've been dating for over a year and a half.
Wow.
So
I will say from my experience, this is how I get blocked from people's accounts.
cool. That could happen too.
But, that's the other experience. So,
that could happen
Hey, it's
too.
that creepy Portuguese guy again.
Okay, it is album release week for Carly Pearce. She's got a lot of stuff to do. She's going to be performing at Nissan Stadium. She's going to be doing a live podcast taping with me on Sunday. And she's selling all of her clothes because she's doing her Carly's Closet. But in between all of that, she's also going to be releasing an album, Hummingbird. It's coming out on the 7th. She gave us a little sample of a song that, Hummingbird has this beautiful mental image of this sweet little bird. This one is not that. This one is called Truck on Fire. Oh, I said it earlier and I stand by it. We are going to have the best breakup/revenge album compilation that we could put together with songs from Kelsey, Carrie, Miranda, Carly. Who else could get in on that? Ashley McBride. She's got a couple good ones in there too.
Seeley.
Oh, don't touch me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
That'll be the title of it. That's the title of the compilation album is Don't Touch Me. And it has all the breakup songs from all the people on there. So, yeah, this is all coming out on the 7th, Hummingbird.
You got to have the chicks as part of this with
Goodbye
Goodbye
Earl.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best one. That goes way back,
There's a whole lot of hate in country music, and I'm here for it.
What's the Ashley McBride one where she kills him with a shovel and then buries him? Is that Martha Devine?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was right on the tip of my tongue, but you got it.
Yeah. I mean, we should really think about this because I think it would be one of those
Yeah.
great.
Independence Day, burn the house down.
There's so many. There's so many to choose from.
I mentioned Opry Country Classics is we're doing a noon Opry Country Classics show with the Gatlin brothers, Larry, Steve, and Rudy leading out as always. But we're doing it at the Ryman as a part of Saturday. And I mentioned we have 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow night, 2 shows Friday night, and then, if you will, 2 shows Saturday, and that the noon show is at the Ryman, 7 o'clock we're at the Opry House, and, of course, this CMA Fest 2024. But joining Larry, Steve, and Rudy are Mandy Barnett, Home Free, the Grascals, Radney Foster, who was just in, I missed him the other day.
Love him.
And Jake Hoot has been added to the lineup. For OCC.
Oh, I love Jake.
Yeah.
We love Jake.
Yeah. Go be a part of that if you're downtown.
Yeah.
If you've never been to the Ryman, this is the magical
That's the
opportunity to do it.
And it is a non-broadcast show, so don't think you can stay home and listen.
To use a wrestling term, it's a house show.
That's it.
We're not televising this.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
And then tonight at 7 and again at 9:30, Kelly Sutton, she is the host with the most. She's got it going on with Daly and Vincent, Kip Moore, Bill Anderson, the poor old boy himself.
Yeah.
Yes. What'd you call the band the other night, Charlie?
I don't want to hear it.
Whispering Bill Anderson and his Po Folk Boys.
Oh, gosh. See, you say these things, and then it gets in my head, and I'm going to be terrified I say that tonight.
Well, Mark Wills gave me great advice. He was laughing and said, now, you're the announcer. You can call them anything you want. Now, you're going to be yelled at, but you can do anything you want.
Say it. Poor old boy himself. Say it right now. Say it out loud.
No, it's Whispering Bill Anderson and his Po Folks Band. I got it.
Lorna Lane and Russell Dickerson, Henry Cho, and Carrie Underwood.
You're not hanging me out to dry.
I may not hear your second one, but I'm going to listen to the first one. First show, I'm going to listen to see him. Hey, here she goes. She's going to say it.
And then we have some boot sponsors. You want to talk about the boots that they have?
That's your fault, too.
Just in time for the
your
4th of July.
Because you planted the seed 3 weeks earlier and put it in my head.
Got to be careful.
It's also why I don't say Conway's last name anymore.
Twitty?
Well, think of what it could be.
Okay.
Could be. It was.
Well, it was, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't on the Opry stage. That was just on WS.
Yeah.
Boy, the signage for Twitty City would have been real different.
It'd still be open. Because that's a recession-proof business right there, baby.
And that's the American flag boot.
Absolutely.
Charlie.
It sure is, yes.
Our friends.
Yes.
At Durango.
Okay, let's talk about Live Nation.
You almost snorted. You almost snorted.
Yes.
I almost did. Okay, so pulling it together, Live Nation. They thought they were going to be clever, and they were going to tease that there was going to be this big star coming to Las Vegas. Woo, everybody's going to want to get tickets. And it even said, hold your horses, everybody. Here's the image. If you're watching us, you can see it. It is an outline of a female in a cowboy hat, but it's all silhouette, so you don't really know who it is. I mean, I kind of felt like hold your horses would give it away that it's NFR, right? Apparently, all the Beyonce fans didn't get that memo.
But she's on a horse on the album cover, right?
Well, no, that is true.
So that's the
Here are the responses. Beyonce, please, I don't have any money. Beyonce at the Sphere, ? Let's go. I mean, people were losing their minds. And then it came out, no, not Beyonce. Lainey Wilson. Lainey Wilson is going to be there for the final round of NFR week, along with Tracy Lawrence and Mae Estes. Wouldn't it have been great if it was Tracy Lawrence's outline and they all thought it was Beyonce? Well, we do have new music also coming, Old Dominion. They've been teasing some new stuff. They've been in and out of the studio. Matt Ramsey posting pictures of him with his hands on the board. Does that mean he's doing anything? They're leaning back and looking at each other. They could have staged this
They're having
photo
a
for all we
seance,
know.
for heaven's sake. That's what they're
doing.
doing.
There it is. There he is. He's like, what's this button do? Just kidding. I do love these guys so much, and they do have new stuff that's coming, hopefully sooner rather than later. Level Dominion, so new stuff in the works.
I think that's a little more of me in the mix. Is what
Can I get a little more me?
Yeah, that's right. This is me. Okay, I'm going to push me up.
You know what he
bit
did?
there.
He was like, Trevor goes down, Matthew goes up. That's
right.
how it all works. Okay, last but not least, our friend Ashley Cook. Love this so much. Debut album is out. And she just, she's had a lot of time to write songs. And let's just say she really didn't want to pick favorites. So she didn't.
We had recorded and planned to release even more songs than that, but I was kind of like, all right, I feel like this is a lot. Like, more than 24 songs feels like almost too much of a project. And so I was like, all right, I think we should just whittle it down to like what songs are like absolutely necessary, what I really want to have on the project. And my label, Big Loud, they're known for long albums like Morgan Wallen and all of that. And so I feel like they're not shy to put out a lot of music and a lot of content.
No, we know about that because Morgan Wallen came out with a triple album. I mean, Ernest has how many tracks?
26 on Nashville.
26 on Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. Not his debut. But the cool thing is 24 was the magic number. I don't think she even knew. Now she has set a record. A record number of tracks on a debut album is 24, and it is now owned by our friend Ashley Cook. She's out with Jordan Davis on the Damn Good Time tour, which, by the way, they did this really fun video where all the people on the tour came out. It was like slow motion. They're all walking forward, and then they all shotgun a beer, and she's the only girl, and she held it down for her. She shotgunned the beer on one knee and then threw it on the ground. I was like, look at you go, Ashley. Bless her heart. I mean, they're corrupting her, but she's hanging in there. So if you want to see him, ashleycook.com, cook with an E.com.
If you're a vinyl fan, it's a triple, by the way, too.
Oh,
yeah, gold
nice.
vinyl available on her website.
I love that for her.
Thank you to Annie Nye, studio director. You can't see her. She's just out of camera view. She's right there. She's right there, our New Jersey girl.
Promise, I see her.
Jeff Roberts, master control at the Grand Ole Opry House. We had a Jeff Roberts in studio sighting after you left yesterday. He came to get his wife Lauren's Tupperware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he didn't
see.
replace it with banana bread and cream cheese icing with another one. I thought it was.
I still got a couple days. I got to be on
cycle.
that Jumbotron, so I'm not going to partake.
Well, look at that Kelly Sutton. I think she's had some cream cheese
That's
icing.
right. I
Yeah.
don't do it.
What are you
That's
doing
right.
tonight at 7 and at 9:30?
I'm going to be at the Grand Ole Opry with all of our friends, including Lauren Elena, Carrie Underwood, Kip Moore, Russell Dickerson. Who else is there? Whisper and Bill Anderson. Don't say
Henry Cho.
Andrews. Henry Cho.
Shows there. Big night.
Daly and Vincent.
2 shows, 7, 9:30 with Kelly Sutton. And we'll be here. We continue on radio, but we'll be here for television tomorrow night.